Good afternoon, folks. Debra's Creative Kitchen here. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for watching my videos. Today I decided that I was going to make some homemade chili. Basic recipe, I'm going to be using pork, beef, onion, some beans, and some spices that I like that I have on hand at home. So in an earlier video, I had shown how I grind my meat using the KitchenAid grinder with my KitchenAid mixer. Amazing. So take a look at that video and tell me what you think. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I like to make my homemade chili. So for starters, I have a cutting board, which is wooden, which I like to use, which has a wet paper towel on it. So I put the wet paper towel down onto my counter so that my cutting board doesn't slide when I'm cutting my vegetables or whatever I decide I'm cutting. So as you can tell, it's not moving. I like that. I also want to show you that I use the Chef Choice 440, and that is a knife sharpener. I love this thing. I've had it for a long time. Very simple to use. You take your knife that you would like to sharpen, and you just put it into the one slot on one side, which does one side, pull it through, put it on the other side, pull it through, and do it again. That's all I need. Wipe my blade off, and then you have a clean blade to start with. So I wipe my blade, and what I'm going to be showing you is how I start by chopping up. I have a yellow onion is what I'm going to be using today. Anywho, so I'm taking some of the peel off, and I'm just going to chop off the top, chop off the bottom. This is how I like to do things. Put that aside, set some room, and then I just put a little slice so I can peel the upper layer off, which actually has the skin on it. And all I'm going to do is, so the skin is now off. I'm just going to cut that in half, put it on its side. So I peeled my onion, I've cut it in half, and what I'm going to do is just give it a couple of slices, and then I'm going to chop it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is home cooking. As usual, you do it the way you like. This is how I've been taught. This is how I've done it for years. So I'm just going to push that over and do the other one. So I'm using one full medium-sized onion, basically. So now that I have the onions chopped up, I wanted to show you that I had ground up some meat using the KitchenAid grinder earlier in another video. So that now is just beef and pork. And it is approximately 2 pounds of meat that I will be using. And I'm just going to mix those two together. And it's lean ground beef and lean ground pork. While that sits there, and I've mixed it up quite a bit, pork and beef together gives it such a nice flavor. So what we're going to do is let this sit. So I just mix the two together. This is an instant pot, not Instapot, which I found quite interesting. So when I was looking for a new crock pot, I wanted something that could sear, slow cook, steam, everything. So one-stop shopping in one pot. And this is what I found. I got it at Canadian Tire, and I'm not here to sell it, but it has the sear, the slow cook, it roasts, it steams, it keeps warm, there's timer, temperature gauge, and this is what we're going to be cooking in today. Love this. Lid comes off. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our middle button, and that will select basically what we want to do. So right now I want to sear things. So I'm going to put it on, and it automatically comes on to sear. If you wanted to change, you could just push that button until you get to where you want to be. So now it takes a few minutes to heat up. So then you press the green button, which is start. And here we go. So in the meantime, while that is warming up, I will be using some oil to fry up the meat. And once the meat gets to about a medium cook consistency, then I'll add in the onions because I don't want to brown the onions at this point. So mix this up. There's a closer look at the meat. Just mix that up nicely. The beef and the pork. Makes it taste very flavorful. There's a little bit more fat in the pork than there is in the beef, so it gives it a very nice flavor. In the meantime, I have a spray bottle that I love to use, and I got this at the dollar store, and it saves on how much oil you're using while pouring out the bottle. It just, you don't have any control. Whereas with this, it just sprays as much as it sprays, and you put it in as much as you want. And I found that it's actually saved me money by using this, by not wasting so much oil. So I'm just going to spray the pan here while it's heating up. That's about all I'm going to use, because then I'm going to put this into pot, not Insta. So in that goes. And right now we have it on Sear, as I had mentioned, and it's getting to the point where it's warming up. It takes a few minutes, but once it starts to go, it doesn't take long to heat up to a searing temperature. So we'll put that back in the bowl there. I'm going to put the lid on it for a minute to keep the heat inside, and we just give it a second. Warming up quite nicely, so I'm going to open the lid and we can hear it sizzle. Put this off. So I'm using a wooden spoon to stir it about. And as you can see, it's starting to steam. So at this point here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my spices. I have a certain type of spice that I like to use, and one of them is a Cajun spice. That's one that I like to use. That's for a seasoning or a rub. And the other one is Slap Your Mama, which most people are aware of. That has a little kick to it as well. Cajun seasoning again. And then I have a pulled pork seasoning. Not much left in it, so I kept it in a little bag. And I'm just going to pour some over top and just eyeball it. You know, if you like spices, put as much as you want. I don't like to put a lot in for over seasoning. It gives it just enough flavor when you just kind of cover the top. My lid came off of this one, so I have to be careful. So over top. And that's about it. So it's pretty much basically a teaspoon over top. And then this one here, the Cajun as well, I'm going to, again, just put some seasoning over the top. And then we're going to add some sea salt and some cracked pepper. Not a lot of salt, because there's going to be salt in the spices. A little bit of pepper. And that's that for the spices. So now, just mix that up. It's coming along quite nicely, as you can see. And I like to break the meat down so it's not huge chunks. It's smelling really good. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Because then, oh, yeah, this smells great. So we're going to give that a quick stir. It's doing great. Still on sear, I haven't changed it. And then once the meat is half cooked, like I had mentioned earlier, I'm going to now add all the onions. Clean hands, going in. I lost one. Oops. Get that in a minute. In they go. And that was a medium-sized onion. So now that I've added all my onions, I'm just going to give it a quick stir. Looking and smelling so good. Making me hungry already. Can't wait for it to be ready for dinner. In the meantime, while that's cooking, what I'm adding today is going to be a can of diced tomatoes. Doesn't matter what kind, whatever you have on hand is fine. Chickpeas. This one doesn't have any salt. A bean medley. And a can of red kidney beans. That will be our chili mixture. One of the things that I do whenever I'm opening a can of anything, before I open it, I always wipe the top off from anything that could be on top. So, with that said, give this another quick stir. It's coming along quite nicely. Can you see that? Yum, yum, yum. And honestly, when you're making chili, it doesn't matter which order you have for putting in your tomatoes or your beans. It's all going to be blended together, and it's going to be yummy, and it's going to be amazing. So my meat is 90% cooked, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, but I'm going to take it off the sear right now, and I'm going to put it on to slow cook. And by doing that, all I'm going to do is press the X, which is the stop, and then we're going to use that middle button again, and we're going to put it on slow cook. It automatically comes up for 6 hours, which is what I'm going to keep it at. And then I can play with the temperature. So on high or low, press the bottom. I'm going to put it on high, and I'm going to leave it for the 6, and then I'll come back and I'll check it every once in a while. So for now, just for the video purpose, I'm going to press start. So now it's off of sear. It's on slow cook. It's going to go on high for 6 hours. There's your timer. And as soon as that finishes, it'll shut itself off and automatically go to a warm setting. So you have to watch that as well. And again, it's an instant, not an insta. So for myself, I'm just going to add in my tomatoes first, because that's the can that I have in front of me. It's a great can opener too, by the way. Another video in the future. Okay. I don't drain it because you need the juice. So I'm just going to pour that in over top. Give that a quick mix. You see that? Wow, that looks really good. So one of the spices that I do not put in chili until the very end of adding everything is chili powder, because chili powder can be very overpowering. So I like to control how much I have by putting it in at the end of getting everything incorporated together. And then that way, via smell, via taste, you know how much you like. So you use how much you want to use. And you can always add chili powder because it doesn't need to incorporate into the meat itself. In my opinion, it's incorporated with absolutely everything that's in this instant pot. So before you add your can of beans, open it up, put it in a strainer over the sink, obviously, and rinse your beans. Open it up. I'm going to take my strainer over to the sink, and I'm going to rinse my beans in cold water. So as you can see, I've used my colander strainer, and I've rinsed my beans in cold water, put a plate under for the extra drippings, and I'm going to add those now to our chili. Give this a quick stir. And when you add your beans, and you're going to be stirring it, just gently stir. Sometimes I use a spatula, but so in the beans go. That was the bean medley, by the way. So just mix that up. And gently mix it up, because beans have a tendency of being soft, and then you don't want to break them all up. all the beans are in here. The beet medley, red kidney, there's chickpeas, there's onion, there's pork, there's beef. I'm going to add my chili powder now. I'm going to be using Clubhouse chili powder today, hot spices. So I'm just going to pour that on top, and do not chintz out on the chili powder because that's why they call it chili. Like I said earlier, I like to have control over the chili powder because I like a lot. Some people don't. So you got to kind of make it, you're making a big pot like this. You want to make sure that everybody's going to be happy and enjoy the goodness of the chili. I go by smell. Like I said, you can always add more as the flavors incorporate with everything that's in here. And again, at the very end, I do certain things a certain way. I'm going to add garlic, but I don't like cooking my garlic with my meat. I like my garlic going in raw, and I like it to steam cook with everything that's in here, because then it just more flavorful. You keep the chunks if you like garlic, and I love garlic, and it's so good for you. And I'm going to cut up some garlic, and I'm just going to put 5 cloves of garlic on the cutting board here, and then I'm going to add them to the chili and give it a quick stir, and then it'll sit there for the next 6 hours. Every once in a while come in. Oh, there's an extra one there. Here we go. So there's 6 cloves of garlic. I really enjoy garlic, so I'll show you. Give it thin julienne slices, how thin you want it. I don't like my garlic too chopped up too fine, so I'm going to just give it good sized chunks here. That's what we have. So I've cut up my garlic. It's a medium grind. So it's about a handful. That was about 6 cloves. I'm just going to put that in and just kind of put it all over the top. Give it a gentle stir. This is smelling really good. Have it. Let that sit and cook for the next 6 hours. Well, 5 and 45. But folks, this is my chili recipe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I wish I had smell-o-vision, because man, it's gonna smell so good in here. It smells really good in here now, so I can't wait for dinner. And I've made some fresh buns, which I've also done a video on. So if you want to subscribe and like my video, please do. And I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching, and have a good day.